5th of Jan, I take an early morning flight at 3 a.m., land in Baroda around 6, and I expect a vehicle, a car to be there. And there I see my dear friend Manoj kind of receiving me. So I was wondering what's happening over here. And typically for assessments, we know assessors are treated well, but this is certainly not a best practice either for the applicant company or the assessors to expect an invitation or a reception like that. So Manoj sir tells me that he has been part of a yoga program he just initiated, and after that 6 a.m. in the morning he comes in. As a senior leader, I thought probably it is only for me. Later on I realized that the entire team has somebody or the other to kind of receive them. So that's our kind of a story of Bank of Baroda and some very interesting insights. And we got an opportunity to be part of this fantastic organization for a few days. And that's what we are going to share and dive deeper into. So before getting into it, this is the ad that we came across. I hope it plays. Very energizing, inspiring video. And here we were wondering what's play the Masterstroke. And we are all wondering how do you assess a company? And probably this is the first banking company, actually the second one, coming and participating into the assessment process where in a landscape where there are around 12 PSUs, around 10 private sector companies and multiple other companies. And we got an opportunity to be part of this. And so before we commence, maybe Manoj can tell us a little bit about history and the connect of why Sachin Tendulkar, we know he scored multiple hundreds. So sir, some insights on that, please.
Sure. Thank you, Deshpande sir. And good evening to everybody. It's a matter of privilege and pride for me personally to be here before this August gathering to share about our mother institution, Bank of Baroda. Very briefly to let you know that this bank was founded by Sir Sayaji Rao Gaikwad, the prince and of princely state, who was later on king of Baroda. Bank was founded on 20th of July, 1908. And it was, when it was founded, of course, the vision was to help the society in the banking and see that the people are out of the clutches of moneylenders. From there, the bank started, and today we are an international bank. In 1953, we forayed into overseas operations. First branch was opened in Kenya in Mombasa, and the next branch on 18th of December 1953 was opened in Uganda, Kampala. And in 57, we forayed into London. Thereafter, today we are present in 17 countries, and we very proudly say that Baroda's sun never sets. Because our logo, when you see our logo, it is two flying birds, and then it dispels the sun rays. Sun is at the bottom and the rays are blossoming. So this Baroda sun never sets because around the clock, around the world, our banking operation is on. So this is what we say, Baroda sun never sets, and we are progressing. And today we are 117 years young, as you say.
Thank you, Manoj sir. So basically, when we went to Baroda to understand and multiple interactions, we also realized this is a bank which is making quarter-on-quarter profits of almost 5,000 crores, has an employee base of close to 75,000 employees, has an attrition of less than 1%, and a public sector bank. And as usual, normally I'm very wronged in terms of my own biases. So we are very keen to know, understand what this bank is all about. So when we are wanting to look at Bank of Baroda, so this is what our view was, saying that, okay, we are coming in over here, what is this bank all about, what are they doing, how are they managing? And being a public sector bank, we know any organization, there are transfers which happen every 3 years. So with lots of questions, we wanted to come and experience the organization. And a grateful thanks to the entire team over here. And this is where we have almost 6.5 assessors who are part of this assessment team. And what you see in the center is some of the colleagues who ensured that we were really taken care of, ensured chai, pani, nashta, everything came on time. So that was something which was an amazing experience, and you would be wondering why 6.5. So one of our colleagues was going the family way, and so that is how it is 6.5. But I can assure you, we have a full-fledged CIHR assessor in the pipeline, and also somebody who would know Bank of Baroda very well. The point is, they came to know that one of the assessors is going family way, and the way they took care of the entire team, not just the entire team, but the colleague who's going family way was just fantastic, ensuring that everything was taken care of. So we were wondering, is it only for the assessors? But as we interacted with more and more people, we would have interacted with almost 700, 800 people, we realized that this is what the ethos of the organization is. So moving on, this is where we thought, what is Masterstroke for, let's say, Bank of Baroda? And we tried to figure out what Masterstroke is in our own way. And this is an entire final feedback presentation which we had made to the organization, but we'll touch upon some of the aspects which really touched us in terms of Bank of Baroda. So these are some of the elements, but we'll touch upon some aspects which are really very interesting and great insights for each one of us to take. So the moment we entered the office, we saw this huge mirror in front of us. So this is where it says, are you a smart Barodian? So I request Manoj sir to just tell us something about this thing, and you see all the assessors standing in front of the mirror and just ensuring that we are appropriately dressed. Yes, sir.
Thank you. The concept of smart Barodian is that we have moved from hard working to smart working. So that concept should always be there in mind as regards work is concerned. And you know, we attract people. We need to have connect with our people. And that requires that our banking personnel, all Barodians, which we call very fondly, we call ourselves Barodians. So Barodians must be so charming and appealing that people should come and connect with them. That's the very reason that we have put first come and see whether you are looking smart or not.
Great. And that resonates very well. We spoke about almost 8,000 branches, presence in over 17 countries. So very clearly there is operational leadership which is there, but there is also very strong customer leadership. They've got almost 16.5 crore customers whom they serve across India. And to just be over there, you need to be really smart. And that is where we ensured that every time we entered, we were smart enough for ourselves to be and interact with our colleagues over there. So moving on, this is again a very interesting concept. So once we entered the room, we were all 10 o'clock, there's a siren which goes up. So we were wondering what's happening over here. And then we were told that you just need to be over here. And this is a piece which happens across all the branches, all the 70,000 employees follow this. So let's just go through it and discuss this. Okay, so the point here is this is a ritual. Every time across all the branches, this prayer is kind of played and everybody has to be there, irrespective of whatever meetings were there. And we were listening it on a continuous basis. It inspired so much of positivity within us. So, sir, can you tell us something more about this, including they have patented this song?
Yes.
So it's not that they're just playing the music. They have got patents for this song and they play it across all their branches in India and abroad.
Yeah. In fact, if you Google it, Bank of Baroda prayer, you will get this song there also. So the very concept is that in the morning, we all are a devotee of some or the other power, depending upon the religion which we follow. So it is not a religion based, but then this is a prayer which gives us a strength. Basically, we want that people should come in the morning at the right time. This ensures punctuality from ordination point of view, and also the leaders talk, if at all some message is to be given, all are assembled there, so we don't waste our time in that. So dual purpose is served. First thing is that we generate positivity, second punctuality, and third, any message from the leader has to be shared. It is shared instantly in the morning itself.
Absolutely. And it infuses so much of positivity. Day in and day out, you go through it and you really feel charged up. I think this is one of the best rituals I have come across. And for those 5-6 days, we really kind of enjoyed it so much. Moving on, in one of the places we came across this Leaders Gallery. This is Apex L&D Academy at Ahmedabad. And so if you can share a little bit about this in terms of how leaders have been groomed and how do they kind of show direction for the organization.
In fact, we are 117-year-old organization. And generations have come and gone. And if today we are boasting that we are one of the best bank in the country, and if we are the international bank, who has given us in that shape, this organization? The seniors, the leaders, those who have been there in the organization. So they are the revered people and they need to be revered and recognized. So what we have done, Leaders Gallery is there at important offices. Now this picture which is there, it is of the leaders, those who were the principals of our training colleges. You will see one remarkable person, Mr. Dr. Khandelwal is there. Once upon a time, he was head of the training academy also. And similarly, we have our leaders gallery at corporate office where we have the photo of all previous leaders, those who have been the managing director or chairman of the organization. So this is the way we are maintaining our legacy and we are remembering with all fondness.
Wonderful. And in fact, I got an opportunity to speak to one of their former MDs, Mr. Khandelwal, and he was so open and said that once you do an assessment, please come back and tell me what are the things that the company should look at differently. So I think very profound leadership, which was quite evident within the organization. Another thing which really touched us was the Baroda Bravehearts. So quite a few people lost their lives post-COVID, and you know, as banks, they need to be there. So this was quite a touching moment for us. And important aspect is Bank of Baroda is a PSU, but despite demonstrating employee engagement, compassion for employee, it's quite unique. So if you can share a little bit more about this.
In fact, when there was onslaught of COVID, streets were barren. You will not see people, except for street dogs, nobody was there. But then our people were there in the organization. They were there performing their duty as a banker. And when you talk with the people, why you are going, and then they used to say that this is my duty for the nation. And they have sacrificed their life, and if you see the photo very closely, they are all young people in their 30s. They lost their life for the sake of the bank, for the sake of the country. So what bank did for them, their family, bank has given launched so many schemes for this type of conditions. For the family members and children, bank has taken care for their education till the graduation. And some monetary benefits I am not quantifying, but it has been taken care of. And then employment, compassionate employment, which you Dabbawala was saying that they also take care in brief manner. We have given employment to next to the kith and kin and taken care of all education apart from other support. So that is what we have done. And then to memorize their contribution, this Braveheart board is there in our again training college where people go for training and they just get a feel of how people have sacrificed their life for the bank.
Absolutely. And in our focus group conversations, we could interact with few of the family members. and they were so overwhelmed with the support. And of course, the company organization would have said that you have done what you're supposed to do, and here is the money. But beyond compensation, what was required was actually demonstrated over here. Moving on, some more initiatives over here. We'll kind of skip it, but we'll speak more about it as we move on. So lots of focus group discussions we had, and the person in the center on the left-hand side of the screen is Olympic medal winner, Pranav. We actually wanted to get him over here, but he is on training abroad and he couldn't come in. But the way the organization supported Pranav for participating was just fantastic. Sir, if you can share some thoughts on, and his is coming from a PWD background, but representing India, and he met with an accident, but despite that, the organization supported him in his endeavor to be best, not only in his workspace, but in area where he could really represent India and win awards. What do you say?
Yeah. In fact, when we talk of flexibility in the organization, this is a live example how management has been flexible in taking decisions. Everybody knows that in PSU we have certain set of rules and guidelines. We cannot bend that. But still, some flexibility was ensured. And what we have done, we have taken the matter up to the board, where from we can get the flexibility. This gentleman, Mr. Pranav Surma, he joined the bank as an officer, as a PWD officer only, but then he was inclined towards sports. Some degree of inclination he was having towards sport, but in the meantime, our people only encouraged him that why don't you pursue sports? Then he said whether I'll get some facility, time off and other things. Everything was provided, and the result is that he became the Olympian. And when we heard his story, very briefly I will tell for information of everybody, his condition is such that he cannot practice during sunlight. He is not sweating, so there is some anatomical problem in his body. Doctor has said to whatever he can do during the night time only. And his coach was ready to coach him right from the beginning at 2 o'clock in the morning. He will wake up at 1 o'clock, say in the morning only. He will go for training, and then all support from the bank was provided. And result of that, he always says, if I am here, is because of Bank of Baroda.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks. I think a huge round of applause. Kanjusi mat kijiyega,
And
please.
sir, one more supplement I would like to do here. Once he became an Olympian, he was recognized especially by the bank, and he has been given out of turn promotion also.
Wonderful.
And he being a general officer, he was not having privilege of a sports person. We got him converted as a sports person through our board.
Great. And this is not one-off instance. There are multiple examples of this which we experienced it during the assessment over there. So some more voices, but we'll not get into it, which is really very heartening to see. This is something which was very interesting. So we got to see, be part of a theater drama exercise, which was, and somehow it happened when we were visiting. And here you see a team which is actually coming on the stage and performing. So we talk of employee engagement. Imagine organizing an event like this on theater from 22 teams coming from 22 different states coming, participating, and that was a different experience also. So very quickly, if you can share a little bit about it.
In fact, today's buzzword is to keep the employee highly engaged. And by engagement, we mean that person should be emotionally connected so that he can give his best. His or her contribution should be the best. Now, we have codified in the shape of policy what are the activities which we will perform for employee engagement. Just to keep them, give them a tilt towards balance of work-life balance, and see that all employees have different passion, hobbies, how that can be nurtured again through these platforms only. So we have provided a platform where we can go for sports activities as well as cultural activities. This is an annual phenomenon. For information of everybody, we have 22 zones to manage our business. So each and every zone is creating their own team through the process of competition, and those who are selected, they come for inter-zonal competition, and we organize in different zones. So this was organized in Baroda zone, where fortunately and incidentally you were there. Okay. So you could see this. Basically, that we call as Baroda Anubhuti program. That is our scheme of employee engagement. In that only, we have made provisions for this type of activities.
Wonderful. Just to add on, they take up lots of themes around culture and stuff like that, which reinforces the company's focus areas within the employees. Yeah, so this is our team. We also had lots of fun. And this is where something which the employees also kind of do it. Yeah, so various teams which were there and the Apex Academy. I'm mindful that we are already running short of time, but would strongly encourage all of you to get in touch with our colleagues in Bank of Baroda. If request for an assessment of Bank of Baroda to experience all this, because it is very rare to kind of have this kind of an experience across the globe. Sir, any parting comments from your side before we end the session?
First of all, you asked one question, how we correlate ourselves with our legend, Sachin Tendulkar. He is a legend, Bank of Baroda is a legend. He is a revered personality, and so is the case with us. He is a good team leader, and so is the case with Bank of Baroda. He is committed. His loyalty is at par. We are loyal to everybody. So when we correlated the personality of great Sachin Tendulkar, it was a complete convergence with our bank. And that's why we opted, and our higher authorities, he agreed, and that's why we are amalgamated today, and he is our global brand ambassador.
Wonderful. So we know Sachin is God of cricket. So we thought, what could be an acronym of God for Bank of Baroda? So we thought it could be global, omni-competent, and digital. So thank you so much. It was something which was a wonderful experience. Like Orko said, it was a nugget that we have been sharing. Thank you. I'm sure we don't have time for any questions, but the Bank of Baroda team is over here. Feel free to engage with them. Thank you so much,
Sure,
sir.
sure. Thank you.